Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to feature no video clips, no audio clips of anything that I'm actually discussing because we're talking about the Jacksons of Atlanta. So I've had two copyright claims on two videos that I've made on them. Basically, they're despicable, all right? They're despicable in more ways than one. Here's me trying to make a video calling out their shady antics, and they go around and copyright claim my content if it has any more than like 10 seconds worth of their content, just literally me trying to show people what I'm talking about. They'll copyright claim it. And I tried disputing it, and they just bounce it back. I'll be like, dispute. It will then go back to Justin, I'm assuming, or management, whoever. And then it will be like, no, I don't accept it. And that could just go on forever. So just to save me the bother of having to have an unmonetized video, even though their videos don't really do very well on my channel, whatever, I'm not going to be, pandering to their needs. I am not going to be pandering to Justin's needs. I'm not going to be showing any clips here. The Jacksons of Atlanta, honestly, like, watch any of my last videos on them, watch anyone else's content. They're just plain despicable. They lie, they manipulate the audience, they clickbait people. There was once a time where they said that they were having like a third set of twins, when in actuality, I don't think they ever were going to be having a third set of twins. And they basically just like created this whole entire situation up so that people could like send them gifts and send them this and that. And then they then made this little speech after the mum Mahogany gave birth, basically saying like, everyone's gonna think really badly of us, da 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 da, like. And it's like, you were never having that third set of twins. Their audience retention and their like viewer participation, if you call it, has just gone right down. And anyone with like any sense does not believe a word they say anymore. Anyway, so they have 6 kids, I think. Is it 5 kids, 6 kids? I think they have 6 now. 2 sets of twins and then 2 others. So yeah, all boys. Justin was an ex-pastor, like a man of God, and I'm telling you, his content is far from godly. He has this little side channel where he goes on and he creates these little skits, and in these skits he's literally like cheating on Mahogany, but apparently it's like all parody and whatever, and I'm just so weirded out by the whole thing. Like, if you don't believe me, type in Justin Jackson and have a little look at his like B-Tech, low-level B-Tech drama pieces. If you're from England, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You will just scream. Like, your insides will curl up, your ovaries will just set on fire and disintegrate, okay? Because it is just like the worst thing you've ever seen in your whole entire life. Anyway, I say all of this. They do quite a lot of different things. And one of the things that they do love to do is they are all over each other at all times. Like, they are literally all over each other. Is there anything the matter with a husband and wife being over each other? No, but the way that they do it and the way that Justin talks about his wife is literally like repulsive. Honestly, it's just not a good look. And then on his little side channel, he's there doing skits like cheating on her. So the whole thing is just like very sexually driven on their channel, which doesn't work very well if you are a family channel. They are tiny little kids. They are, and even they will admit it, their nanny is there all the time. Justin and Mahogany are out doing whatever they need to do. And it feels like their kids are a massive afterthought. So what happens when they posted this TikTok, which was also a YouTube short as well, which got a lot of people really quite angered up. And in this YouTube short, which I can't show you because I'm not going to have my video demonetized, it's basically like Mahogany playing, like all their kids are there, including their newborn baby, who, by the way, is screaming, crying in its basket, in its like bassinet, whatever, like crying, obviously wants to be picked up, like newborn baby. And then you then have Mahogany sitting there with 2 of her kids, and then Justin comes in and literally just like, I'm not joking, I will show a picture, picks up both these kids who are really, really little by quite literally like there, and just holds them like they're dead weight, like a toddler who holds their teddy, when you just hold it just like at the end of its tether. And what the hell are you doing? Literally holds it, like picks up these kids. They're going to dislocate their shoulders. Like, kids joints and things are so easily just like bodged out of place. And we have seen him manhandle his kids before like this, and it really is quite concerning, like the content that they've put out, and they don't have an issue with it. And he then like proceeds to literally flop them on the sofa. Newborn baby is still like crying, and then And then he then sits opposite Mahogany, and then they cuddle, and it's like, I can't remember what the caption is. I'll put it up here. It's something like, and it's like both the Bible and science agreed that it should, and they're banging on about the fact that like you should put your relationship before your children. Um, and loads of people in the comment section were going like, no, obviously, like I'm going to put my kids in front of my husband and things. And then other people were saying like, no, they're just trying to say that, you know, if you have a strong relationship, then your kids or whatever. But that's just not the way that this video came across. It was really weird. And of course, they play this music over the actual video, so you can't hear the fact that their newborn baby is literally like screaming. And their mum has basically just like propped them all together, taken them away from their nanny for like a nanosecond to be able to do this little skit that they've got going on. And then the dad just comes in and like yanks them. And the thing is that this is obviously a thing that they're used to, because if I did that to one of my kids, for instance, I mean, I can't do it to my eldest or my youngest, actually, that they're a bit too old. But if I'd have done that to them when they were younger, like picked them up like that, we would have had screams. We would have had like, ow, like it would have been a bloodbath. Like they would be in pain. But these kids don't even flinch. They're blatantly used to it. And we kind of know that they are because we've seen him do this kind of stuff before. You can literally search for it, where like they've done it they've done it with Mahogany and Justin, and then Justin's mum or Mahogany's mum, I don't know, pretending to like beat their kids and stuff. Like it's really, and like their kids like falling, like having accidents and like falling down the stairs. It's really quite like, it's really not on. And loads of people in the comment section were pointing out that you should never, ever, 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 ever pick your child up like that. And the thing is, I do agree with the notion that like if your kids see that you are mum and dad and you're showing each other love and affection, and you know you kiss in front of kiss and cuddle in front of your kids, then yeah, it then shows them that this is like that this is what relationships are, and you obviously have a good foundation to build off of. I get that, like I fully understand this, but the thing is that most of their content is primarily just them two like going out to eat and like not even taking their kids with them to places that their kids would want to be. Like loads of people have pointed out that some of their kids are delayed. And this is me, don't be mean, I'm not being mean, but a lot of people have pointed this one out, and they're already talking about having a seventh. Like Mahogany has quite literally already said. And the thing is that they don't even look after their kids half the time. I was the new in speculation. They've literally admitted and they've said like, yeah, we've got like a nanny and whatever. But whenever they film, their kids are nowhere to be seen. They film every single day. They're always like going off doing stuff together. Their kids, to anyone's knowledge, don't go to like school or don't go to like nursery or whatever the case may be, which, you know, you don't have to do that. But the thing is that they keep on having more kids because the more content they put out saying like pregnant or giving birth or whatever gives them new viewers. But it's, and you just like, they basically had back to back to back kids. Now, to my knowledge, how old is Mahogany? Is she 26? I think I read that somewhere, which would make her younger than me. I'm 27, okay? I've got 2 kids. I think someone said she's 26. Someone can correct me there. I'm going to have to like Google this. I hope it don't sound like an absolute tip. But I read somewhere that she is like in her 20s, yeah? Having like 6 kids back to back to back to back to back. In her last pregnancy, they were literally telling her that she had like heart problems and things, and various different things had like gone wrong, yet they're wanting to have more. But it doesn't even look like they look after the kids that they actually have. I would agree, yes, you need, obviously, it'd be like your kids should see that you're in like a loving relationship and whatever. I don't necessarily agree with the fact that you should I think you should prioritize. If you should have you should always prioritize your relationship alongside obviously both of you putting your kids first. Do you know what I mean? In my eyes, especially if you've got 6 of them, you're outnumbered. You gotta. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I understand it, but I don't think it's as black and white as that. I don't think it's like you have to put your spouse first. I don't think it's that black or white. I really don't. I think that you both need to prioritize your relationship and agree that together you need to put your kids first. That's just my own personal opinion on it, but whatever. I am a single mum of 2, so obviously like my opinion's going to be like slightly biased, if you know what I mean, but everyone's got a differing opinion on it. But I think because it's coming from these 2, It's because it's coming from these two. Like, usually, like, if just, I don't know, like, I feel like other people can make that statement, but people that actually invest, like, a lot of time and effort and, invest a lot of their time into their children, like, are with their children a lot, encouraging children, playing with them, and all of this. But we never, ever, ever see that. So they come across as very selfish anyway. This is just the way that I perceive them and the way that a lot of other people do. I know it may sound like I am being like an absolute bee, but I'm not, okay? I'm really not. If you've never heard of this family before, you just have to go and watch any of my last videos, watch anyone else's videos on them, go and look at their own channel. You will see if you're against, family vloggers in this kind of way. You'll watch it. And even if you're not against family vloggers, a lot of people don't like watching them who do watch family vloggers. It's gonna hurt if you pick up a child like that. And a lot of people are obviously flagging that up, and you should never, ever, 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 ever pick up your child by the shoulder like that when they're that old, or just any old. I mean, I wouldn't want to be picked up by the shoulder like that. It would hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a big ball and socket joint right there. It would really, really, really hurt. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world, apart from the Jacksons of Atlanta who keep on copyright claiming my content. Have a wonderful day and take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.